newzealandmusician.co.nz.
Here at NZM, we love to invite some people for video interviews from time to time, and this morning it's Molly Devine from Dunedin who is going to release her, it's a debut EP, isn't it?
Well, I released one in 2016. There are just 3 tracks that I sort of mixed myself at university. I think it's still online somewhere, but yeah, this is my debut EP, proper EP.
I looked that up and I was like, I could swear there was an EP before.
Yeah,
and I couldn't find it.
I don't think it's on Spotify anymore. So yeah,
you're one of those artists.
Yeah, nothing happened. Nothing happened. No, it was just because I wanted to keep the name Molly Devine, and it was like art music, like the stuff that I did before. And I was thinking if people were just listening through what I'm doing now, and then it went into this weird art music, I think that they might get a bit freaked out. So
no, I always hold on to it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of sad. Like, it seems to be the Dunedin thing, because then I think Abby Wolf
she
had
deleted
a beautiful release, and then she deleted everything and was like, nope, this is me now. And now she does something entirely different.
Right, yeah.
Which is no longer girl and guitar sort of styles, but more poppy, right?
Yeah, I remember because Scott Muir from Dunedin-based was the one that put it up, and he was so sad when it was coming down. But I still have it on YouTube because I have a really cool music video for Puppets, which was a song that was on the EP, and I filmed this really awesome music video in Oamaru with these amazing people from Queenstown, and it's really sort of freaky, kind of steampunky, awesome. So I couldn't let go of that. Yeah, so that's still up there.
That's great. That's really good. Yeah. Anyways, it's called Rain in the River.
That's the one.
EP for tracks. People who are watching this, they might not know who you are. Mm-hmm. Can you maybe describe your music to them a little bit, so they can decide if they're interested in what we're going to talk about?
Of course. So my this EP it's got like a lightness. It's quite bright and happy. It's still kind of, because I love lyrics, so it's still got a singer-songwriter vibe, but I wanted to bring in some more pop elements of a little bit more repetitive melody, and definitely some sweet sub if you want to listen to it on an awesome system. So yeah, I wanted to get people moving to the music because I love dancing. So that was about a year ago nearly now, that was sort of my vision, that I wanted to create music that people could move to a bit more. And it's just sort of progressing from there. I've actually got some singles and things lined up after this that are even more so in terms of going towards dancing, poppy sort of music. Yeah.
Cool. So if people stuck around, let's repeat your name, Molly Devine, and ask the tough question. Mm-hmm. Is that your real name?
That is my real name, yeah. Thanks, Dad.
So awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So that's, thanks, Dad. Brilliant. Yeah. So
I see a few of you guys around. I've met
yes, there is. So people always ask if I'm related to Devines that they know, but all my family's in Australia, like in Melbourne in Australia, so not in New Zealand. But if you know Susan Devine in Australia, then yes, yeah.
They're yours. Musically, what's your background?
So I at high school was always in quite sort of heavy rock bands, and then I went into a blues band later in high school. It was blues and dub music, and that was in Invercargill. That was so much fun. It was just real sort of jamming music. And then at university I sort of I went quite, it was more art music, because I was really exploring, and I had all these strange ideas, and I was just really going for it. So, quite out there lyric ideas, and almost world music-y in some of it. And then after university, I did, with a project called Devine, this wonderful, she's like my best friend in the universe, Maddie Parkins-Craig from Dunedin. We produced this EP together as Devine. It was three singles, and that was like sort of more dark indie sound. Yeah, and then from there I started collaborating with more sort of pop producers. So yeah, broadly that's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what my next question was actually indie versus pop. How you've changed, and I guess that makes me think lyrically when I hear indie songs, they're often really close to the heart and deep and gut-wrenching honesty. When you move to pop, do you change the lyrics towards being more accessible? Has that changed?
Well, definitely the sort of seed of the song is different now from what it was in Divine. I think mainly because when I was writing that indie music with Divine, I actually was in a very different place, and I finished university. I was really disturbed about the world, and particularly the patriarchy. I was wanting to fix everything, and just really very dark. And so the music was really dark. And then last year I sort of reflected, and I was like, I don't feel like that anymore. Still concerned about the patriarchy, but it's not like all encompassing, can't think about anything else, So yeah, I think that's what's come out in the music. So it wasn't like an intentional, I'm only going to write like ditty little love songs now. Still really true stories that I've been writing about. Yeah.
I liked the Sculptor.
Oh, thank you.
Opening song.
Thank you.
Sandcastles?
So I was on a holiday with my family, and we were at the beach, and there was this young boy building a sandcastle, and it was so close to the ocean, and I was like, this is going to end badly. And the ocean came in over the sandcastle, and he was so excited. He thought it was so amazing, like this destructive wave ruining his work, and he was laughing. It was the funniest thing, and I just thought that was what an awesome way to look at it, like he'd spent hours on it but didn't care if it sort of washed away. And it reminds me of the sand mandalas that Buddhist monks do, as soon as they do it for, I think sometimes up to a month, they're building these beautiful mandalas, and then as soon as they're finished, second they're finished, they blow it away. It's just amazing. Yeah, so there was sort of that kind of idea of impermanence and
quite deep.
Thank you, yeah.
Do you feel you've got themes?
Yeah, so this EP to me is really about letting go. A lot of people in my life, not excluding myself, were going through quite hard times and feeling quite stuck, and I think the age that I'm at, finished university, people get really lost. And so the ideas of the songs were things that had helped me. Yeah, so thinking about impermanence, and then Rain in the River is about letting go. And Company's really just about enjoy. Like it's there's nothing to prove. Just the way we are right now, it feels really good. So to me, that's the theme. It's about accepting where you are.
Yeah, I love me some good water metaphors.
Oh yeah, I love.
And you're water. Good on those.
Yeah, I love water. Yeah. So I always get my inspiration walking around water. Like if I'm walking near a river or near the ocean, it's just like ideas. And in the shower, of course, that's always a good.
The shower is the
good place
for it. Let's talk a little bit about collaborations. You said in another interview that people actually sort of said to you, you should collaborate.
Definitely. Everyone was saying it to me. And because at uni I was writing all this music by myself, I worked with Graham Downs from the Verlaines, and he's very much the solo songwriter. He will give every single part to the band. This is what you're going to play, this is how it's going to go. Sort of like a composer for an orchestra. Like, this is how it's going to go, this is how loud it's going to be, blah, 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 blah. And I really embraced that, and I loved it. Like, it was really great to be able to understand every single little thing. But I guess there was limitations in that there is a bazillion amazing musicians in the world that I was kind of missing out on their perspective on what I was saying. So I finally agreed to do a collaboration. It was originally going to be with Nigel Stanford from Wellington. And then Nick Brinkman sort of joined the party. And I was so nervous. And then it was so easy. That's what I found. Like, it was just such a, it feels really natural to write with other people.
Who brought you together?
Paula Yearman from Knick Knack Media. Yeah. So she was doing a bit of mentoring with me at the time, and because I was writing sort of art music, and sort of more indie, but still the stuff that I was progressing towards was still very free. That's why she suggested Nigel, because he does a lot of work with film and things like that, so he's very cinematic. And then when Nick came into it, he brought all the pop elements, and then I sort of fell in love with that and became, oh my gosh, I'm such a top 50 girl now. Like, I just love listening to top 50 banger pop music. So yeah, it's amazing how things change, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I think there's always something really fascinating about real pop music, how with really minimal, like, it's so simple. When you know music, it's so simple, and yet with this simplicity, you bring in special elements that lift it up and and kind of tapping into people directly rather than having them think too much.
Exactly, and it's got this real, like, it's quite humble to write pop music, and I like that because, you know, when you're a musician, you can do anything, but to be able to communicate to everyone, isn't that really more important, you know, to be able to have music that everybody can sort of access? And so that's important to me, to not to be thinking about who I'm talking to.
When did you know you really clicked with Nigel and Nick?
Actually, no, on the first day I thought, because we'd written the Sculptor and it was so simple for what I'd been doing, and I was like, well, I don't know if I like it. And because I'd brought in this, like, epic poem originally, it was like, pages and pages of poem. And so we'd sort of picked out the lines that we liked and turned it into a song. And I was like, I don't know if it tells the story fully. You know, I had all these things. And then I got the mix from them about a week later. And I sat down, put the headphones on, and I was like, wow, I love this song. You know, I think it's my favourite song I've ever written. It's definitely my favourite on the EP. Not the most poppy, but my favourite. Yeah, and so it was then when I sort of reflected on it and listened to it. But in the process, I was a little bit like, is this good? Is this bad? You know, push and pull.
So you just said the lyrics were obviously cut down quite a bit for the final version.
Yeah.
When you listen to the song now, how much of yourself is still, apart from the lyrics, how much of yourself is in there musically, and how much do you hear the other guys?
I think it's quite a good balance in that one, because I think in the verse I came up with those chords, and they're quite sort of soft sounding chords, and that was really my style before. It was sort of this like cinematic sort of feel at the start, and then the chorus, and the chorus definitely I had to let go a little bit there. But now reflecting back, I really love the words in that, and I think it says something really clearly there. So I think overall I feel definitely still a huge part of it, but I love all the parts that they've brought in as well. Yeah.
On the whole EP, I often like to ask musicians, is there any musical moment that you particularly love that you wish people would listen out for?
The indifferent moon line in the Sculptor. So it says, what does it say? Under the watch of an indifferent moon. And it's just so funny because all the words are so simple, and then, like, indifferent is such a non-singable word, but we chose it anyway, and I just think it's awesome. I love that bit. Yeah.
Okay. Another question about being based in Dunedin. I know there's a strong music scene, but as an artist who's not in a band, what is it like these days to perform? Are there lots of opportunities? It's
getting more. There's definitely more now, because we've got a few new venues which are really cool. So the Cook now is back up and running, and yeah, there's been some great shows on there. And there's also a new venue called Bark, which is part of Dog with Two Tails, which was a cool music venue, but the sound now is really good, which is really important. So I put on a show at Bark about a month ago now, and I actually did pull together a band for it. I got Maddie from Devine on the drums, and I've got this really cool DJ called Christian Nielsen, who sort of helped me to, because it sort of is a DJ set, but with live elements. So we've got all the songs kind of blend together, and we've got drums and live synths and things like that. So yeah, so that was really fun, and that was great to play that at Bark. And I've got a few more shows coming up when I get back as well, which is really cool. Because Starters Bar, which used to be the most revolting student bar in the whole universe, oh my goodness, sorry. But yeah, really, really, oh my goodness. I remember going there and they had jelly wrestling on. Like, that's the sort of vibe that Starters Bar is at. And they've turned that in, they've bumped up the sound, and recently the Chills and Marlon's Dreaming played there. And so I'll be doing a show there with Left or Right next month.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is going to, Left or Right's been my favourite since.
They're great.
Yeah, forever. When I was in the blues dub band at end of high school, they were like my idols. So amazing. Yeah, so I think it's pretty good down there, but I would love to move more up here into Auckland and yeah, get involved in this scene as well, because I think it is very bandy down there, and sort of my synthesizers, people are like, what is that? You know, there's a little bit of, that's not a guitar kind of vibe going on for some people. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Molly.
Thank you.
The EP, by the time you see this video, the EP will probably already be out.
Yes.
You should still check it out. It's probably available pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you want to go. Yeah. I'm going to put it on Bandcamp as well, if you would like to buy it or whatever you want to do.
Are you easy to find on Facebook?
Yes, so it's just Molly Devine, very simply. And on Instagram, it's Molly Devine Music, all one word.
Yeah. Go find her.
Yes, please do. I love Instagram at the moment. It's I was not really big into Instagram, and then for my last release I had to, and now, I love it. It's like, because I'm a painter, so I love just creating pretty things. It's
I
the
like
best
how it's
place.
Positive.
It is positive, isn't it?
Facebook
Yeah.
is Twitter is
Yeah, I
and
don't think
Instagram is like flowers. And it's like puppy dog.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's really great. Yeah, so I wish I got into it earlier, but I've got the rest of my life, so it's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.